Stop scrolling. Someone might be rewriting your reality without you noticing. Gaslighting happens quietly, slowly, and in everyday conversations. And today, I'm revealing 10 subtle phrases you hear more often than you think. If any of these sound familiar, you're not imagining it. Let's start with the phrase manipulators love most. You're overreacting. This line is meant to shrink your emotional response. It teaches you to distrust your own feelings. But here's the twist. People use it casually, not just maliciously. That's what makes it so dangerous. Ready for phrase number 2? I never said that. Even when you clearly remember they did, this phrase forces you to question your memory. The moment you start doubting your recall, they gain control. It's subtle, but devastating over time. Phrase 3 hits even harder. You're imagining things. A masterstroke in psychological manipulation. It reframes reality as your personal delusion. You begin wondering if the problem is you. Spoiler, it's not. Phrase 4 appears innocent. Calm down. Sounds helpful, but isn't. It's a disguised command to stop expressing discomfort. It invalidates your emotional state and positions them as the reasonable one. Manipulators love that power shift. Phrase 5 is a classic. Why are you so sensitive? Sensitivity becomes a weapon against you. They want you to shrink so they don't have to change. But your sensitivity is not the problem. Their behavior is... Ready for the next one? Phrase 6. You're remembering it wrong. Notice the pattern? Every phrase attacks your perception. Gaslighting is about control, not clarity. And this one hits your memory, your mental anchor. Over time, you stop trusting your mind. That's exactly what they want. Phrase 7 seems harmless. I was just joking. They weren't joking. They were testing your boundaries. And when you call it out, they make you the problem. Humor becomes a shield for cruelty. Don't fall for it. Phrase 8. You're too emotional. This frames your natural reactions as flaws. It positions them as the rational one, and you as the unstable one. But emotional awareness is strength, not weakness. Don't let anyone weaponize it. Phrase 9 is sneaky. If you really cared, you wouldn't question me. Now they're tying your loyalty to your silence. This is emotional blackmail, not love. Real care welcomes questions. Manipulation punishes them. Phrase 10 is the most dangerous. Everyone else agrees with me. They want you isolated. They want you powerless. They want you dependent on their version of reality. Isolation is the final stage of gaslighting. But here's the part they never expect. Once you recognize these phrases, they lose their power. Awareness is the antidote, and I'm about to show you how to use it. When someone says you're overreacting, ask, according to who? This shifts the burden back to them. It forces them to justify their dismissal and exposes the manipulation. When someone says, I never said that, respond calmly. That's how I remember it. No arguing, no defending, just confidence. Memory is not a debate. When someone says you're imagining things, ask, what makes you think that? They hate being questioned. Manipulation thrives in silence, not dialogue. When someone says, calm down, try this, I am calm. I'm also allowed to feel this. It asserts emotional autonomy and destroys their attempt to control the narrative. When someone says, you're too sensitive, say, I feel things deeply. That's not a flaw. Confidence disarms manipulation. Your sensitivity is a superpower. When someone says, you're remembering it wrong, reply, this is my memory. End of discussion. They can't rewrite your experience. When someone says, I was just joking, respond with, that joke hurt. If they care, they'll adjust. If they don't, you've learned everything you need. When someone says, you're too emotional, try. My feelings are valid. It shatters their attempt to paint you as irrational. When someone says, if you really cared, say, caring doesn't mean silence. Love isn't obedience. When someone says, everyone agrees with me, respond, who specifically? Manipulators crumble under specifics. Vagueness is their weapon. Clarity is yours. Now you know the 10 phrases. But here's the secret twist. These phrases reveal more about the manipulator than about you. They reveal insecurity. They reveal fear. They reveal control issues. And they reveal emotional immaturity. Gaslighters fear one thing above all, someone who sees through them. And that's becoming you. Because knowledge is power. Awareness is armor. And understanding these phrases is the first step. But let's go deeper. Why do manipulators use these phrases? Because they want control, because they fear accountability, because they want to rewrite the script, and because they want you quiet. Silence makes manipulation easy, but you're not silent anymore. You're learning the patterns. You're seeing the tactics. You're recognizing the signs, and that makes you powerful. Gaslighters don't expect resistance. They expect confusion. They expect compliance. They expect you to question yourself. But now you question them, and that flips the entire dynamic. When you stay grounded in your truth, you can't be controlled. You can't be twisted. You can't be reshaped. Your reality belongs to you, and nobody has the right to rewrite it. Not a partner, not a friend, not a boss, not a parent, not anyone. You don't need permission to trust yourself. You don't need validation to feel something. You don't need approval to set boundaries, and you don't need to apologize for noticing red flags. Gaslighters rely on your uncertainty, but certainty grows with practice. Every time you challenge a manipulative phrase, you get stronger. Every time you hold your ground, you reclaim power. Every time you trust your memory, you rebuild confidence. Healing isn't instant. It's a process. A messy one, but a powerful one. And you're already in motion. The fact that you're here proves it. You're seeking clarity. You're seeking understanding. You're seeking strength. And you're finding all three. Now, here's your power move. The next time you hear any of these phrases, pause. Don't defend yourself. Don't over-explain. Don't shrink. Just breathe and remember what's happening. Someone is trying to rewrite your reality, and you have the right to reject it. Your emotions are valid. Your memories are real. Your perception matters. Your voice matters. And your boundaries matter. Gaslighting loses power when you name it. Awareness destroys manipulation, and you're becoming aware more than you realize. So keep listening to your intuition. Keep honoring your truth. Keep speaking up. Keep questioning manipulation. You're not too sensitive. You're not imagining things. You're waking up. And once you wake up, you can't be controlled. You're reclaiming your mind, and that is your greatest power.